Welcome to Rian the Nerd. Today, we're looking at top 10 Godzilla fights. Before we dive into the video, we humbly request you to subscribe to the channel. Number 10. Godzilla vs. Anguirus in Godzilla Raids Again. In the first kaiju battle of Godzilla, this villain doesn't have any special abilities compared to the other Godzilla villains. He was able to knock Godzilla to the ground and put up a good physical fight. Godzilla manages to overpower Anguirus and burns him to death using his atomic breath. Compared to the other fights, this may seem short, but it's what started the long history of Godzilla fights. Number 9. Godzilla vs. Orga. Godzilla 2000 Millennium. Orga proved to be a challenging opponent for Godzilla. He absorbed Godzilla's DNA and rapidly changed, becoming more and more like him. Godzilla outmatched Orga in terms of strength and experience, but Orga's rapid regeneration made it tough. To defeat him, Godzilla ran head into Orga's mouth and allowed himself to be partially absorbed. Orga was defeated when Godzilla unleashed a nuclear pulse inside him and killing him. Number 8. Godzilla, Mothra and Batra vs. King Ghidorah. In King Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, Godzilla's first time teaming up with others. With King Ghidorah's arrival to Earth, Godzilla and his friends came together. At first, they refused to help, but after Mothra was beaten by King Ghidorah, Godzilla and Batra came to the rescue. Though King Ghidorah outmatched them individually, he was no match for their combined powers. Number 7. Godzilla vs. Batra and Mothra in Godzilla vs. Mothra, the battle for Earth. Batra is a guardian of Earth like Mothra, but wishes to end humanity unlike her. The final fight in the movie begins with Mothra and Batra fighting each other. Godzilla shows up to the fight and nearly kills Mothra several times. Realizing that Godzilla is a bigger threat, Batra and Mothra put up their differences aside and fight him together. After a long fight, their teamwork pays off and Godzilla is defeated. Number 6. Godzilla vs. MUTOs in Godzilla 2024. A strong, powerful couple, MUTOs fought Godzilla a few times throughout the movie. With their teamwork and strong desire to keep their nest safe, the MUTO couple were able to beat Godzilla for a short time. The male MUTO dies while giving the female MUTO to find the human responsible for their nest's destruction. Godzilla manages to sneak up to the female and kills her with an atomic breath, shooting it down her throat. Number 5. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. A clone of Godzilla made in space, Space Godzilla is one of the most unique villains in the Godzilla franchise. After landing on Earth, he attacks Godzilla Jr. Godzilla saves him from his blast, but is defeated during their first fight. He receives help from other humans during this final battle. Godzilla got the advantage and weakened his foe. With Space Godzilla close to exploding, Godzilla finishes him off with several red spiral ray attacks. Godzilla vs. Super Mechagodzilla. Similar to King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla has fought Godzilla many times. In Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, the humans plan on killing the monster and using Mechagodzilla as the way to do it. During their first fight, the Mecha is able to go toe-to-toe with Godzilla, but in the last fight, Mechagodzilla wins. Number 3. Godzilla and Mothra vs. Kaiser, Ghidorah and Gigan. A battle of kaiju featuring fan favorites of the Godzilla series. This team up against Godzilla that put him at a disadvantage. Mothra joins the fight and takes on Gigan while Godzilla took over Kaiser Ghidorah, transforming from his Monster X form. He nearly succeeds in draining Godzilla of his life force, but after recovering a power boost, the tables have turned. Godzilla manages to take out two of the Kaisers. Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. Considered the most sadistic villain in the Godzilla franchise, Destoroyah is a kaiju that not only destroys everything around him, but actually enjoys it. He is also one of the few enemies that attack Godzilla emotionally. In the final battle, he kills Godzilla Jr. to emotionally torture him. With Godzilla being close to nuclear meltdown, Destoroyah came close to defeating him, but ultimately Godzilla wins. Number 1. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah in Godzilla, the King of Monsters. Godzilla and Ghidorah have fought each other several times, but in this movie, the fight is terrifying. The final fight is a sight to behold for fans, as both kaijus hold nothing back in their fight. Godzilla gains a new ability and kills King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah met his end at Godzilla's atomic breath. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe.